Hey all, it's Tom from Total Balance Chiropractic. Did you know that over the Christmas period, Australians gain an average of 0.8 to 1.5 kilos of body weight? So, what I'm going to be sharing with you today is my 10 tips to avoid putting weight on over the Christmas period. So, stick around to find out more. Thanks for hanging around. So, we're entering a period around Christmas where we're faced with a whole lot of delicious food and drinks where we're primed for overindulgence. And if you can put a few strategies in place for this, then it's going to set you up a lot better. So you're not one of those statistics of putting on weight over Christmas. So my 10 tips. Number one, plan your drinks. So if you're going to a party or a social gathering, set yourself a drink limit. So set yourself with the amount of drinks you're going to have and try to stay below that. Alcohol's full of a lot of calories, a lot of sugar, and so it's one of those things where you can easily be putting on weight just from having alcohol. Try to break up your alcoholic drinks by having water in between. It's going to sort of make you feel a bit fuller. You still got something in your hands, but you're not going to be drinking as much. Okay. Number two, eat before parties. Have something to eat before you go to social gatherings. Have something that's going to, get something into your tummy, so you're not grabbing the first thing you see when you get somewhere. Often when you go to these parties, there'll be some chips and dips and so on sitting around, which if you're feeling ravenous, you're going to go at. Try and limit the amount of that stuff you're going to be eating, so you're not going to be putting on those extra calories. Number three, have a platter strategy. So if you are going to parties, and these parties a lot of the time will have these amazing, beautiful platters of really good food and stuff, have an idea of what you want to, don't try and grab everything. So with platter strategy, rather than going for all the sort of crackers and the fatty dips, try going for the vegetable sticks, the hummus, stuff that's not going to be sitting on your hips afterwards. Number four, try and limit yourself to two courses. So if you're going out to any restaurants over the Christmas period, limit yourself to two courses. You can still eat some really delicious food over two courses, but you don't really need that third course. So limit yourself to just an entree and a main, or just a main and a dessert. Try not to always be going with full hog, because we're going to be eating a lot over the next few weeks. So if you can limit the amount you're eating at certain times, then it's only going to help. Next up, focus on lots of lean protein and veggies. So good forms of lean protein include your fish, chicken, things that aren't going to be full of fats and are going to keep you fuller for longer. Also, vegetables are a great source of carbohydrates to keep you full and keep you going, but it's also not going to be stuff that's sitting on your hips as much. Next is focus on more raw and steamed foods. So when you get your vegetables, rather than having stuff that's fried on them, focus on stuff that's either raw, so it's going to eat it straight up, or has been steamed. A lot more nutritious for you, so it's going to contain a lot more of those vitamins and minerals, but without having those empty calories when it's been fried. 7, identify your weakness. So we all have these weaknesses, and a lot of time for sweet and salty foods, where if you're eating too much of it, it's going to have an effect on your body. So know what your weakness is, and where possible, try and avoid it. And if you do see it, avoid going for it in the first place, because a lot of the time you have one bit and you try to say, oh, I'm only going to have one little bit, and an hour later you've just gone back 3 or 4 times. So know what your weakness is and try and avoid it. Number 8, stand an arm's length away from the nibble table. Don't get too close to nibbles, because if you've got a bowl of chips there and you're having a conversation, you're constantly going to be picking at it, grabbing a chip. You're not even thinking about your eating. You're just doing it because it's sitting right there. So stand at least an arm's length away from where the snacks are. Number 9, concentrate on your food as you're eating it. So whilst you're having a meal, concentrate on what you're eating, rather than just mindlessly, having a conversation, just putting food into your mouth. Concentrate on what you're eating. You're going to enjoy the food a lot more for starters, but you'll also find that you'll be a bit more aware of what you're taking into your body. Now, number 10, which is one of the really important ones, is going to the shops a bit over the Christmas period. Don't go hungry to the shops. If you go hungry to the shops, you're more likely to be putting things into the shopping trolley, which you don't really need. So have something to eat before you go to the shops, so you're not going there and being tempted by everything you see. All right, guys, I hope you find these tips helpful. If you've got any questions, feel free to shoot us a message or ask James and I when you're next in.